Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another Do We Still Love Her video. Today we are going to be playing with the Charlotte Tilbury Fire Rose quad that's going to be restocked. If you want to see a look with this and the swatches and see is it really all that, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? It is Friday and I'm filming this and going to just pop it up because I saw this on Jamie, aka Makeup on Your Radar's page. And this has taken what, 2-3 years to come back in stock. The Fire Rose quad from Charlotte Tilbury, aka Char, as I like to call her. This quad was all the hype and all the rage because she had this pop shade. So I thought I would use it for work today and just see, like, is it really worth it? I do want to pull up Jamie's page real quick to see if there are some, well, not are, if there is a date for this restock to happen. So let me do that. She's also restocking another palette too. It is the Instant Look in a Palette Glowing Beauty. I have one of those. I don't know if it's Glowing Beauty though, so I'm gonna check. So it looks like it's available on the German Charlotte Tilbury website. So I'm not sure when it's coming here, but it is definitely limited edition. Now, here's the thing. As my friend Jamie says, limited edition doesn't always mean limited edition. And this one came back, but you know, are you willing to wait like 3 years? Like, do you want to do that? That's kind of what we're talking about. I think these quads are what, like $65, which is a lot. And I really don't feel like you get that much when it comes to grams. I want to say a while back, Morgan Turner did a video, and I think she said that, we know, when it comes down to price per shadow, the Charlotte Tilbury ones are probably one of the most expensive ones. But that's not why you're here. You're here to see if you're considering purchasing this one, especially if you missed out on it the first time. So let me go ahead and show you what this little palette looks like. I'm saying little because it is. This is the front, traditional Charlotte Tilbury packaging, plus fingerprints. And then here are the 4 shadows. And you know, she's got similar color stories to this, but it's this pop shade that people are wild over. On the back, you know, she has the shades and you know what you're supposed to use them for. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. I'm gonna leave the exposure the way it is for accuracy of the shades. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do the pop shade last, just so we can compare the, you know, the brightness to the others. So you have this one. This has an 18-month shelf life, and it's made in Italy. And I'll zoom in on these. So this one here. And again, my palette's old, but these are swatching very nicely. I'm gonna do the matte. This one here. That's rich. All right, y'all, here's the pop shade. That's what it looks like. And let's zoom in. So there it is. And you can definitely see that this shade pops more than these 2 shimmers. So a lot of people were really, really wowed by this quad. I'll say this, if you're an indie makeup lover like me, this pop shade is probably not gonna mean much to you. But if you really are into luxury and more mainstream brands, then this pop shade is gonna probably be something that I don't even know if that's gonna be out of the norm now in 2023, but back in 2020 when this came out, I think, or maybe 2021, this was a big deal for Charlotte Tilbury because she comes out with a lot of repetitive color stories, which a lot of brands do, but the shimmers aren't always like this. But you know what? I feel like in my Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette, which I need to pull that out, I feel like the shimmers were really nice in that one too. So I don't know what the craze was over this, but definitely for the quads, this was something that was new for her brand. All right, enough of the yapping. I'm gonna go ahead and get into a look because I'm sure it's 7 o'clock at this point, 6:59, so y'all know. But this one's gonna be an easy look to create. On my face, I have on my base, my go-to base, my Hourglass foundation, Dior concealer, Midnight pink powder, Gucci bronzer. For blush, I'm wearing this Dior Rouge blush. This came out for holiday last year. And then I'm also wearing this shimmer. Is coming from the Adept Quetracel white palette. I wanted to give this one another go just because that Rainbow Raider, as much as I said I was not going to get that palette, and I didn't, I really like those shades in there. And it's all powders. And I was playing around, honestly, with these and like just swatching like 2 shades at a time, like how they did the swatches for Rainbow Raider. And I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I was just using this palette wrong to begin with, but I didn't use any of those. I just used some of these creams, this cream right here actually, which is really, really beautiful. I don't know if y'all can see it. So I kind of did one of these over top of the blush. That's where all that dewiness comes from. All right, lips, don't even judge. KKW liner in this shade Taupe Wood. You know, I'm using my stuff, y'all. I'm not even playing. And then Chanel lipstick in a demi matte. I love this one. You know, nude lips are my favorite. I'm so happy, actually, that I have this palette to even show you all, because with, you know, I like seeing fresh looks with older palettes because, you know, people's eyeshadow style changes and trends change and all that. So it's nice that I have that, you know, that I could be a reference. I think I'm going to go into this Linda Hallberg brush here. I don't know what it is, but, oh, it's a 304 brush. I'm going to zoom in. I'm wearing the NARS eyeshadow primer as per usual. Starting to run low on that, actually. All right, I'm going to go into the matte shade first. And I'm just going to start it on the outer corner here. I'll probably only use this quad one time. I'm just being honest. Okay, a lot of this Quetracel white you can probably see up close now. I'm only taking a little bit because this one is a shade that you can build up to, you know, have a little bit of depth here. I think what I'm curious about with this restock is, are people going to get it just because they really wanted it at the time? Or are they going to get it because it's that good? You know what I mean? Because that's how I felt about Muerte. When Muerte came back, I bought it, but I have to bring it out again. But based on when I used it, I don't know if that palette is that good, you know? And based on my collection now, is this quad something that I would need? I would have to say the answer is no. But I think if you are like a Char stan and you really like her formula, then you might. Because I do think that this one has better quality than like some of the other ones that she has that have the same color story. Because you know she has a bunch. So I don't know. I just think that's something to really, you know, consider. I'm just going to leave this like this right now because that's kind of all I really want. I'm going to go into this shimmer, which is, you know, it's not a satin, but it is definitely smoother than our matte shade. And I'm just going to kind of bring it over here in the crease. And I usually use shimmers with my finger, but just because of what I'm trying to do with this, I'm using the brush, same brush. I'm glad today's Friday, but as I was saying in my last video, I gotta get this checklist. I want to start doing something every day so that Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays aren't overloaded with preparation for the next week. You know, I hate saving everything for one day. That's really, y'all, I'm just trying to change the structure of my life. Right? It's really important to me because just not super happy with the way it's going. I'm not unhappy. Like, I'm very grateful and blessed, but there's a lot of room for improvement with me and how I do things. And that's okay. And I just feel like, not that I meant to get into this, but, you know, evolving and growing and changing is just a part of life. And I think it's important to just really reflect, going back into the mat, on where you are and seeing how you can do things differently. It's just that some of this is a time commitment, and that's the one thing I lack a lot of, you know. But time is also our greatest gift, so it's just important to try to use it wisely. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. All right, let's go ahead into the pop shade and see what everybody's talking about. I'm gonna take it on a finger. I'm just gonna tap it in. I mean, it is very beautiful. Again, I think if you have indie singles or anything from Cleona or Tara Moons, I mean, this could compete. It could compete. It's not a duochrome or anything like that. And some people don't want that. That's the thing. Just because I think, you know, Tara Moons or Davina or Depp may have better shimmers, that's not always what people want. And that's, you know, something to really consider. Everybody doesn't like working with shifty shades and color flips and all that, and gray base shadows or black base shadows, you know. And this is something that's petite. It's something you can take with you. It's a look that's already put together because Charlotte Tilbury lays it out with how, you know, you can use it. I just think the ease of the brand is one of her biggest strengths. So, you know, I just think depending on the type of makeup you usually wear will definitely influence your attitude toward this and whether or not it's overhyped. So, I mean, I'm excited because I like that I have the ability to look at it from both angles. So I can see like how people really like this and how this could be like a glam situation. Like maybe you don't want to wear the pop shade to work. Maybe this is too much for some jobs and maybe you want to use this one right here, which that's totally fine as well.
Mom, I watched Animal Show.
You did watch the Animal Show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. So I'm going into the matte shade again, and I'm just taking this Melt Cosmetics shader brush, and I'm just lightly dusting under the eyes. And then I'm gonna go into a pencil brush. This is from Bristles Beauty, and I'm gonna go into this shimmer, which looks great for the inner corner. Now, I'm getting a little fallout, so, you know, you might wanna spray it. I'm not sure if I like how this Catcher Cell is drying down, because it's drying down, it's like glittery, and I don't know how that's gonna look throughout the day, but I definitely like this shimmer in it. All right, so this is the look. Just blend a little bit up here. All right, I will be back with liner. I'm gonna get up and actually get a Charlotte Tilbury liner and my mascara. And I will be back to let you know, do we still love her? Do I think it's gonna be worth purchasing this on the restock? All right, y'all, I'm back with the finished look. And I really like this. I don't know why I did that little eyebrow thing, whatever. All right, to finish off the look, I have a Charlotte Tilbury liner, and this is in, is it Copper Charge? Let me see. Mesmerizing Maroon looked almost like this quad. So I just used this, the matte side, and I lined actually the top and lower lashes with that. And I have on my Tarte Man Eater mascara. So, why I was always out there talking about I got a new palette. I'm so done. I didn't get it yet. He talking about I got the Jason palette. It doesn't come out till today because it's Friday the 13th. So, do I love this for what it is? Yes, I do. Would I go out of my way to purchase this one though? If I didn't have it? I don't think so. Just because I have such a large eyeshadow collection and an indie collection, I probably would not go out of my way to purchase this one. I also feel like I can find these shades in a plethora of my Pat McGrath collection, and the price I mean, I think this is in the $60 range, or maybe it was $53. I can't remember, and I don't know what it's going to be this year. So I think this is really pricey for the amount of shadow that you get. But I think if this is your makeup style, you already like Charlotte Tilbury a lot, and you go for just like kind of, is pre-made is not the word I'm looking for, but like the more so planned out looks, where maybe you're only looking for a slight amount of variety, I think this would be good for you. And as I was saying earlier, you know, maybe for work, you want to do these 3 shades, but then you're going out, you can just put the pop shade on top or something like that. Like if that's your style and how you do makeup and the ease, because that's what this is about. And that's what I get from Char's brand. I think this is a good one, but I mean, it is expensive, I think, for this. So I don't know. Again, I can see it both ways. So I'm not sure if this video, I will tell them. Give me 1 second. I can see it both ways. So I'm not sure if this video is going to be helpful. I didn't get the Jason palette yet, but for an indie, if you're an indie lover like me, you're going to be like, oh, this is good. Like for Char, this is good for her brand because this is the pop shade. But you're gonna be like, is this gonna really measure up? I probably have this shade time and time again, you know, from my indie brands, and I probably would prefer that to this. That's my take on it. Let me tell you my scent for today. In Love with Everything by Imaginary Authors. And I got this from So Avant-Garde, which is having a 30% off pre-Black Friday sale. It's very fruity. It reminds me of a fruity cocktail, like peach, raspberry, and this one's strong. I really like this one a lot. Imaginary Authors can be very, very interesting. They have a new Wiffle Waffle cone coming out, or it's out, and this is more wearable because the last one really smelled like a burnt cone on me. But I really want to try this new one, and I might get the travel size from them. But these are $42, but they're 30% off right now at So Avant-Garde, if you're ever interested in trying the brand. But I love this one. I really do. I would get this in a full bottle, but not right now, NRN. All right, I'm going to work, y'all. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another Do We Still Love Her video. I hope this was therapy for you. You know it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.